Artur is praying. Honestly, it serves you right, dumbass. You got scared. You know what's upsetting? Artur. Artur, yes. Because karma caught up to Bivol. Go back to your mama. These are your true colors. Honestly, go back to your mama. I was right.
Dmitry Bivol is one of the brightest champions of our time, known for his poise and cold-bloodedness in the ring. But boxing has behind-the-scenes stuff as well, and the backstage of professional boxing hides not only intense training and big victories, but also personal dramas which can affect even the toughest fighters, sometimes at the most inappropriate moment. And the boxer from Kyrgyzstan got into this exact trap because before one of the most important bouts against Beterbiev, Ekaterina, Dmitry's ex-wife, began talking a lot of shit with no filter in pursuit for media exposure, likes and subscribers. Perhaps it happened to be the reason for Bivol's defeat, as Katya made an absurd amount of noise. Excited? Don't be in a hurry, we are going to tell you about it soon. As some people say, fighters are tough, but they're still human. Today, we will overview what happened in Bivol's life and how this conflict with his wife developed over time, because we can't deny that such things strongly affect the psyche of every person, even if you're Chuck Norris himself. We'll tell you about the chronology of events, the reasons why they divorced, and how Dima handles the strokes of bad luck and overcomes personal challenges. And for now, hit the like button, leave your opinion in the comments below, and let's find out which side our army is on. Let's go!
The closest ones? Of course it's my kids, my wife, my parents. I mean, my coach is very close to me. Friends, I'm like other normal people, I guess, right? You know, she is a housewife. She looks after the kids, takes them to hockey, school, like she does everything with them. It's a big responsibility, but she is also a knowledgeable woman.
Dmitry and Ekaterina were married for 16 years. She actively supported her husband from the very beginning of his career. She was by his side at the most important fights and always helped both in his personal and professional matters. They have 2 sons and their relationship seems strong and happy. Ekaterina was taking care of the kids and the whole family in general, while Dmitry was building a career. In his interviews, he always spoke about his wife in a warm and respectful manner, describing her as an educated and responsible woman who helped him in everything. But as the time goes, everything changes, guys.
The reason is that I was lied to.
The breaking point in their relationship happened after a huge fight between Dmitry and Canelo Alvarez in 2020. Bivol earned the victory over a formidable Mexican, which brought him worldwide fame, but his success had a negative impact on their family life. Ekaterina stated that after the win over Alvarez, Dmitry started to spend less time with the family and began focusing more and more on his career. According to her, that was the moment when they began distancing from each other. The situation became more intense after Dmitry signed the contracts for new fights and started training almost without any breaks. Ekaterina felt forgotten and began to suspect that her husband hides a part of his earnings from her and the kids.
We started from a shitty mattress and it wasn't even ours. My friend gave it to us because I had rich friends, and I'm from a well-off family myself.
After a divorce in 2023, Ekaterina began actively making accusations towards her ex-husband. One of the main issues was financial support for their kids. Ekaterina announced that Dmitry pays only $1,100 a month, despite a multi-million earnings in the ring. She stated that Dmitry hides a portion of his money in foreign bank accounts, and that happened to be the exact reason for their conflicts.
Until he turned 22, Bivol was selling drugs. I found that out only when we got married.
On top of that, Ekaterina accused Dmitry of hiding his past, including the claims that he was connected to drugs in his youth. These statements caused a huge reaction with the public, but Dmitry remained silent, not commenting on his ex-wife's accusations. Ekaterina also used social media to expose Dmitry's personal information, including his injuries and conditions before important fights. It created additional tension, especially prior to his fight with Artur Beterbiev, which was supposed to happen in October of 2024. But good old Dmitry was taking shots from Saul and many other heavy-hitting athletes, and this situation wasn't an exception. Bivol stayed true to himself.
Divorce is a tough thing to go through for both people. What to do? There are certain difficulties in life that you just have to get over and move on.
Despite serious accusations from Ekaterina, Dmitry preferred not to engage in public confrontations. He kept silent and focused on his career. In some interviews, he briefly touched on divorce but avoided talking about any details.
I hope that everything is going to be fine. For me and her. For all of us.
Dima engaged to pay me $300,000. I gave him a 3-room apartment. It was stupid of me. He said he would give $200 for a flat, though its price was higher, and $100 from those $5 million sitting in the bank account.
Ekaterina insisted that Dmitry had to pay her $300,000, but according to her, he did not do that. And here we go, Katya grabbed the horn and began her PR campaign.
Let's cancel the fight between Bivol and Beterbiev. Until Bivol pays 33%, until he engages to pay my sons 33% of the earnings.
That moment happened to be one of the most discussed in this conflict. Not only did Ekaterina accuse Dmitry of not paying the alimony, but she also invited people to cancel his fight with Artur Beterbiev, and then cancel her ex-husband as well. She claimed that Dmitry had to give 33% of his earnings to his children, which happened to be another boiling point in their relationship, even though before that she signed a prenup.
Why did I sign for such a small alimony? Right? Such a small sum for a millionaire, because he threatened to take away the kids.
According to Ekaterina, she agreed for a small alimony, being afraid that Dmitry could use his power to take the kids away from her. She stated that Dmitry used threats during the negotiations about the financial support, which led to her signing an agreement for a smaller sum of money than she was supposed to get.
For him, money is more important than the kids. And kids are officially mine already from August. Only mine. And they live only with me. So don't indulge in illusions, dogs.
Yeah, son, hello.
Now listen to me. Mother is with us every day. She does everything for us, and you do nothing.
Why am I doing nothing for you? Father is working.
You work for Marmor to buy her diamonds, right?
Son, who told you that I buy her diamonds? All of that is just...
Oh, Mother today, Marmor was posting, and she said she feels so sorry for us.
First of all, you
listen here.
Why are you talking like that? You are too young to talk like this. Why are you talking like that with adults? You can't talk like that, son.
Fuck you.
You and me, we have no problems with each other. And we buy you bicycles.
Ekaterina also stressed that now she has full custody of her children and said Dmitry doesn't participate in their upbringing anymore. This statement added some more negativity to the situation. People began blaming the boxer for putting his earnings before his kids' well-being.
He was living off my mother's money. Like, he lived for 5 years in a 2,000 square feet apartment in the city centre. Walked around with the keys, invited his friends. He was feeling loose.
These comments were widely discussed in the media and among the boxing fans, which added to the intensity in the lead-up to the fight. Ekaterina said that sooner or later, Bivol would get what he deserved, hinting at karma that would eventually catch up to him. Katya also did not hesitate to insult Dmitry in any possible way, or attract attention, we can't say for sure. Bivol's ex-wife did not even shy away from saying that she would do something to the owner of one of the local MMA promotions.
There was a quote about oral sex and that everybody does it. Like, I would do that with Alfredo, he's definitely bigger than...
It's true. I prefer to call things by their own names. I'm not a hypocrite. If I had an opportunity, I would suck it. What? Everybody does that.
But even that wasn't enough for her. Ekaterina glued the horn to her mouth and continued tarnishing the image of her ex-husband. These insults and constant attacks on social media could definitely affect Dmitry's state of mind during his preparation for fights. This woman poisoned her kids' minds against their father, and we all know that children absorb everything they are told, especially in this situation when they don't have the second version of the story.
Oh, how many alimony payers I've got here, dear Lord. Who justify a father that doesn't provide for his children? There is only one excuse: if you are dead.
He doesn't provide for us. He didn't send 1,000 today. He didn't even send 100,000 rubles to Mother. She bought us steaks on her own money.
All of that led to the conflict between Dmitry and Ekaterina being actively discussed not only in the sports community, but also in the wider circles not related to boxing whatsoever. Many fans split in two camps. Some supported Ekaterina, seeing her as a victim, while others stood by the side of Dmitry, believing that his ex-wife capitalizes on this conflict for the sake of her own hype.
I made Bivol, and Bivol I will destroy until he pays my kids. I realize that I'm the light, that I'm a role model. You say that I'm an example for many people. You see, I am like you. I just have a bit more courage.
Ekaterina aggressively utilized all the tools to create an image of a heroine who allegedly fights for justice and rights of her kids. She even claimed that it was her who made Dmitry, and now she is willing to destroy him if he doesn't fulfill the obligations to his children. Despite serious accusations, public insults, and constant pressure, Dmitry Bivol continues to remain stoic and demonstrate professionalism. He stays silent to the majority of accusations, focusing on his career. His professional accomplishments still hold a great value, and his preparation stays at the highest level despite all the difficulties he went through in his personal life. This conflict showed that even the most successful athletes can become victims of personal dramas which can affect their public image and reputation. Nevertheless, Dmitry's fortitude in and outside of the ring is the main indicator of his character. Only time will tell what kind of an impact this conflict will have on his future career and private life. And let's end it with Dmitry Bivol's words, though it will be a reiteration.
Divorce is a tough thing to go through for both people. What to do? There are certain difficulties in life that you just have to get over and move on. I hope that everything is going to be fine for me and her.